A301 presents. Twin Brother Prophecy Studio Productions presents The Great Unicron Legacy film. The Great Unicron Legacy Legendary Genesis. The very time before the beginning of time, life, everything that exists, there was nothing but two beings. These two beings were called God and Unicron. They were the two brothers that have different purposes. God's purpose was to create and to love us. Unicron's purpose is to destroy and hate all of us. Every planet that are unnamed and has no life that were made, He has made them. He has a plan which is called the Divine Plan. And His plan was to create life and to make universes. Unicron watches his brother make the universe. He was fascinated with his creativity, yet he had a lust for taking his plan and to use it for his own bliss. Unicron came to his brother. God Primus wondered what Unicron was doing. He demanded his brother the plan, but his brother denied it. For it is said that one shall not take one's plan. And so he had left him, but he has a plot for revenge. And so Unicron decided to destroy those unnamed planets. And then Primus was wondering where the other planets are. He questioned his brother Unicron where the other planets are, and told him that he destroyed them. God Primus had questioned why he has destroyed thy brother's creation, and Unicron had told him that he could not give him the authority for his plan. And so the first war between good and evil has begun. The battle was big, that it destroyed most of the other planets, but there were some that were undamaged. But at that very moment, when all seemed lost, came hope for Jehovah Primus. The battle was getting more intense as every planet turns to dust. And he realized that even before the battle and before the arguments, he created the other giant planets. And so God Primus had a moment and if he had the option of either to sacrifice his own physical form and his brothers into the two giant planets, or to lose. He had made the choice to put himself and Unicron into the giant planets to end the conflict. And before he could finish him, he made a trick. And so, they were transported into this future dimension called the parallel dimension. The two giant planets were nearing. And at the exact moment, he pushed his brother into that bigger planet. And he crashed himself in. And so, after a long eternal battle of the first war between good and evil, a victory occurred. And after his physical death, he was transformed. And pretty soon, Cybertron was born. The first giant planet to be created. And soon, his light rose up and created heaven. It was the first star to be created. And since Cybertron was the first living planet to be created in this legacy, this was the first star to be made. And he has called it the center of the Milky Way. Unicron's giant planet floated away, somewhere away from the core of the Milky Way. Just like his brother Primus, Unicron's imprisonment and death created another planet, but it was so evil, so giant, that even darkness may be its image. Unicron, the Chaos Bringer, the golden Unicron planet, was born. And he has ceased to take over his creation and to become the Emperor of the universe. And when Unicron returned, he faced his brother. But before Unicron returned, Jehovah Primus created the angels, guardians of heaven. They defeated Unicron by shutting down his systems. He was casted out to darkness, never to be heard from. And it was all thanks to the most legendary archangel and soon-to-be creator of Dreamland, and soon to be the chronicler of time, Christonite. But that battle was not over yet. Unicron's shadow came out of his body, and soon he will make one of Primus's angels to turn against him. He shall return.